Hey there, it's Miniature Monday. Do you know where your miniatures are? Well, I know where my miniature paints are. Right here. I literally have no space on my desk whatsoever, or my paint table whatsoever, to paint right now. So, I am going to show you all how to make, well, a rack to keep your paints on for cheap. So, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need some sort of drill, cordless, preferably. You're going to need a 5/16 drill bit. That's not too important, actually, because you're going to need a 5/16 dowel rod. Now, what I mean by it's not too important, all you have to do is just make sure whatever size of drill bit you get matches the diameter of the dowel rod. So if you're in a place that uses the metric system, just make sure you get some sort of drill bit that basically matches in comparison to the size of the dowel rod you're using. A smidge bigger with this versus this is not a bad thing. So that's what we got. And then we got some cheap material here. We got a bunch of these yardsticks I picked up from Home Depot. Now, these are going... When I first started making these racks, they were really cheap. I used to get these for probably about maybe 80 cents each or whatever. They stepped it up. Apparently, they got clever. These are about $1 each now. So, however, I lucked out because the lady at the counter thought that they totally gave these away at the paint counter, assuming they were the paint stir sticks. But if you go to the Home Depot and you go to the paint section, you will find these. So I got a bunch of these, and you're gonna want however many shelves you're gonna make. So there's that. You're gonna probably need a hammer. This is just a little tiny one. We're not trying to, tear it on a wall or anything. We're going to need the smallest drill bits we can find. We are going to need some wire nails. Quite a list, right? And we're going to need some wood glue. This is the wood glue of the Harambe variety. So there's that. Now, this is optional. I found that if you want to make adjustable shelves and you get the binder clips, you can use binder clips and you don't have to worry about the tiny drill bits, the nails, and the wood glue for the most part. So, I mean, you're probably going to still need the wood glue for the top and bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a hole with this 5/16 drill bit right through this corner. You want to give it enough room so you don't split it out either side. And that's what we are going to do with that. So, without further ado. Now, to make things a little better, so you need to be precise with this. So you need to have all of the holes in the same spot. So what I ended up doing is I actually ended up taping a bunch of these together. That way it ensures I have the hole in the same spot. Now, you're going to want to go straight up and down, because if you go at an angle, it's going to cause you problems later on when you try to fit all this together. Just like that. And then you're going to want to repeat on the other side of it. Okay, well, with that done, the magic of speeding things up, I got a hole drilled on each side. So what we are going to do is pretty much just take the dowel rod and go right in. And you're going to want to use one of these for every single shelf that you're going to have, and then set two aside. Now, the cool thing about this is you don't have to make the shelf the length of the entire yardstick. You can cut it down. So if you don't have an entire meter or a yard to basically dedicate to your wall for space to hold these damn things, you can cut this down and have smaller shelves. I have smaller shelves right now made of the same material, and to be honest with you, I just needed some more space for my paints, so that's what I got. And then you're just gonna, that's why we're using two dowel rods, one for the front corner of each, and then we're gonna fasten a two more of these yardsticks to the back, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so as fate would have it, those drill bits I have were too small for my drill. Apparently they worked just fine for the drill I had before that one died. So anyway, the show must go on, so we're gonna still use our wire nails here with our essence of Harambe here. And so we're gonna just take that and dab a little on the end here, and then especially once you get these shelves to your desired size. Now I am going to be using these more or less for dropper bottles, because I'm tired of all my paints drying out. So what I'm going to do is just get all of my paints in dropper bottles. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. Put it right there. And then we take our wire nail. So the reason why I wanted to use drill bits is because the wood they use for these is really super brittle, and yeah, it will totally split on you. I mean, even with these really super weak ass wire nails. And so basically what you want to do is just put one nail in, and then you put your bottle or whatever you want right here, and then basically that's how you do it. You just put your bottle here to measure it, go all the way down, and rinse repeat. You put a glob of glue here, and then nail. Okay, well, I did the arduous task of going ahead and putting nails in all these, so you can pretty much kind of see where we're going here. So just each one of these, I just put a little pin nail with some glue, and each one of these should be able to fit a dropper bottle. That's what I'm going for. I'm a little bit tired of my paints drying out from Citadel, so I'm throwing them in dropper bottles. Because I got so goddamn many, as you saw. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a dab of glue on each of these, and then basically put a couple of these on the back of it. And what that's going to do is that's going to support this. So what you want to do is flip this over, because we want the two strips on the back to go on the back. So what you're looking at right now is the actual front. I probably could have prepared that a little bit better before I turned the camera back on, but that's okay. So, I got essence of Harambe all over my cords here. So, Harambe will be with this, always. So, let's see here. So we'll just put a couple things here, And so, basically, we'll do this, and what that's going to do is it'll give it some backing to it. I did trim the dowel rods. To match. I did have a little bit of dowel rod left over. Now, the dowel rods are cool because they're only like 89 cents each. So you get two of those. You get these for $1.10 each, and so you got some stuff going on there. So, and then we'll just do this to give some strength, because as it is, it's a little flimsy. And what this will do is it'll also give you something to actually screw to the back wall to keep this in place and keep it from tipping over on you, because you don't want all those paints to fall all over you. So that's what we're going to do. And then maybe afterwards, give it a generous coat of our favorite spray paint, which I'm not going to do right now because it's totally night out. And I don't want to look like a tweaker outside in front of the neighbors with a black rattle can of paint. So there's that. Okay, I'm back. So when you're done, you should have something that looks like this. There you go. So you got your dowel rods that you went through and put through here. And then you also nailed and glued the other additional yardsticks to the back. And then we'll just take some screws, zip them in here, and then that will keep the whole thing from coming down upon us. So that essentially is that. That's how you go off and make a really, really cheap wall rack. So for your paints. Like I said, if you're using just the Citadel jars, you can get a lot more done. I mean, look, that's that. But I did measure these. I did measure those just for the dropper bottles. So that's pretty much what you got for that. That way, you know, you can keep all your paints right there on the wall. You can organize them by color or what have you. I'm going to wait for this glue to dry and wait until morning so my neighbors don't think I'm a meth head, and probably blast this with a hit of spray paint. You know, just some black spray paint or whatever. And then I'll take some screws and zip it to the wall so the whole thing don't come down on me. Now, if you'll excuse me, well, first off, thank you for watching this. But I got to go and pick up all those little tiny wire nails. I seriously knocked those over while I was trying to go ahead and put this thing together. So I got a couple hundred of those I need to pick up off the ground. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next hour or whatever. Anyway, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more how-tos, then cool. Then, you know, let me know. I'm going to probably make some doorknobs, for some drawer pulls out of D20s. So I'm probably going to make a video on how to do those. Other than that, I'll probably go back to the unboxings unless, of course, you want me to do like a painting video or something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to support me, just click something down below. I usually have a link to where I sell buttons on eBay. I also have a link to Teespring where I make actually pretty decent shirts that you would probably want to wear. So thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.